It's day one of the group tour in Lebanon. I'm really excited to see what this place is all about. Let's get started with a Lebanese breakfast. So this is mutabel, which is a type of eggplant, and it's not baba ganoush, it's a little different. And then of course I got dolma, stuffed grape leaves, one of my favorites, and some veggies to snack on. Today's itinerary is all about Beirut. We experienced some of the bad. We're traveling in a tunnel right now, and the electricity is so bad they can't even afford to light up the tunnels for safety. Along with the good, there are a lot of unique things to this city, and I actually found it quite fascinating to learn about. One of the nicest things to see was the religious cohesiveness of Beirut. Right next to a huge Catholic church is the prestigious Al Amin Blue Mosque. There's also the burial site of an assassinated politician and his guards here. A surprising thing to learn is that Beirut has been built on top of thousands of ancient ruins over the years. In an effort to save whatever antiquities they could, they had to put people in a very difficult place. At the time of this video, it cost roughly $70,000 per square meter of land in Beirut. If ruins are found at any point, you have two options. Pay your engineers a large sum of hush money, or have the government seize your land for preservation. Oh, and you get none of the money you paid for the land back. Next, we wandered over to Star Square, once a vibrant place for Lebanese culture. Nowadays, abandoned shops and the Rolex clock tower are all that's left to remind you of what once was.
On the rise.
This is what a souk in Lebanon looks like. It is not the maze of mass-produced goods or spices, vegetables, things like that. We have brand names here, at least the ones that are able to still survive and have something of a business. The vast majority of the businesses in Lebanon have pulled out in this economic collapse. I hear Coke, for example, refused to sell their cans for 3 cents a piece, so they just don't do business here anymore. That's insane. Got a glimpse of the famed Zetoune Bay. Some say an excellent source of culture and entertainment. Others say an illegal extension of Lebanon that harbors fugitives. Regardless, it's a nice place. Our next stop was the most sobering of the day, the site of the Beirut explosion in 2020. In 2013, a ship from Mozambique was required to dock in Beirut and ended up being seized by the port authorities. It had a huge amount of ammonium nitrate that was intended to be used as fertilizer, but also can be used to make explosives. The Lebanese government got involved and ended up storing that ammonium nitrate in a warehouse at the port. Apparently, this is a substance you want as far away from civilization as possible due to its volatility. It sat in improper conditions for 7 years despite countless requests by port authorities to move it. Fast forward to 2020. Right next to that warehouse, a fireworks depot was built. And sadly, on August 4th, a fire broke out at that depot and spread to the warehouse containing the substance. That's what caused that catastrophic explosion. Why was it allowed to stay? Allegedly, Lebanon was hoping to sell it to Syria, as they were in civil war in 2013. However, sanctions were threatened against Lebanon if they were to go through with the sale, so there it's at. You can see the end result of that series of decisions. This is the closest we're going to get to the Beirut blast area here. There's some stuff burning over in the distance, a little smoke there, and we are told that the government is letting it happen because that's very easy demolishment that they don't have to pay for. How sad is that? What a great way to use the wreckage to memorialize this. It's like a dove there. It's like guys holding. Some buildings that are still not completely repaired. for lunch, we elected to visit a Palestinian refugee camp to have some authentic Palestinian food and meet the people. I really enjoyed this.
They like when they grow something.
They may look wilted, but those herbs smell amazing. We got to the restaurant just in time for the power to go out. Fortunately, they had enough freshly made stuff to still feed us some fresh falafels. Here we go. This is going to be the most authentic Palestinian falafel I think I'm ever going to have. Delicious. Sorry. Hi. Hi. Time to get some Lebanese ice cream. Wow. Never had rose flavored ice cream before, and this is delicious. Kind of sorbet-esque. There's pine nuts in the apricot flavored one. That's a very interesting flavor. The rest of the afternoon was spent walking through the Christian quarter in eastern Beirut. Just a super cute neighborhood full of shops, homes, and restaurants. Highly recommend visiting here if you're in Beirut. Believe it or not, at the end of all that, we had a 2-hour drive north where we'd be spending the next few days. It was a super jam-packed day, but I had an absolute blast exploring this unique city. Thanks for joining me on this trip, and I'll see you in the next one.